We continue with Big Game Breakdown. Pauly and Teddy, Sports Bet, LSU, Mississippi State, late game Saturday night. LSU on the road up to 7.5, 51.5 the total. Sponsored and powered by Bet Online. LSU money here. Last three meetings combined, 73-73. All three games decided by 5 points or less. LSU 2-1 straight up, but 0-3 ATS. We've talked about Canada, the new OC opening it up. Looked good against BYU. And 103 runs versus 36 passes and 2 easy wins. Only touchdown allowed came up 45-3 in the fourth quarter against Chattanooga. Is Etling good enough to carry the load and get a big road win here, Teddy, where they can trust him? And if they have problems running the ball, can they throw it? Will they have success?
And that's the big question about Danny Etling. You know, when you talk about guys that wash out of Purdue and end up at LSU, you know, those type of questions persist. And you talked about how Canada has promised, this year we're going to open up the offense. They haven't needed to the first two games. You know, they had the easy win over BYU, no muss, no fuss in the second half of that contest. And then what were they up? 45-3 in the fourth quarter against Chattanooga last week. That only TD they allowed in that game came late. So the defense has been absolutely dominant through the first two games. But if that defense doesn't work brilliantly, I'm not convinced that Etling's the guy that you want to lay 7.5 with on the highway against a Mississippi State team that has played very well with LSU. You know, you saw that graphic right at the top. The last three meetings, the score's even between these two teams, and every game's been decided by 5 points or less. So certainly, you're looking at recent history, we haven't seen LSU showing any ability to blow Dan Mullen's Bulldogs off the field.
Well, here comes Nick Fitzgerald, one of the best quarterbacks, downfield runners ever out of the read option. 6'5", 230. He can take a hit, 8 games over 100 rushing yards. He can turn it on, too, once he gets up the field. Not many quarterbacks average more yards per rush than per pass. Look at this graphic. Last year, 7.1 to 6.7. This year, 8.9 to 7.7. And the rushing stats count sacks against them, so they're even better than that. Rushing last 2 seasons, Fitzgerald. Attempts 212 for 1,500 yards and 19 touchdowns. LSU maybe got a heads up to help the preparation because last week a former Mississippi State quarterback got the start for Chattanooga.
Yeah, sure. And that's a huge deal when it comes to why this point spread has moved in a series that's been really tight, you know, against a Mississippi State team that looked really good against La Tech last week. Why is the money? It's not just been a trickle on LSU. Moved from 6.5 to 7.5, right through the key number of 7. There's been a lot of wise guy LSU money, and that has everything to do with the fact that they faced the former Bulldogs quarterback, Nick Tiano, last week. You know, they are expecting to see more zone read packages. Again, LSU linebacker, Devin White, quote, "That's one of the things we prepared for last week. This week, we can put in that same preparation in and be ready to stop it." Sometimes, however, that's easier said than done against a QB of Nick Fitzgerald's caliber. You know, we've seen Dak Prescott play pretty well at the next level. Nick Fitzgerald, you got to compare him with Dak Prescott now at Mississippi State. He has been nothing short of outstanding and a QB that probably hasn't gotten his full due. But of course, LSU's defense may be more prepared than most to shut him down this week.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.